If they do that, they're going to be very, 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 very tough to beat.
Wilson! Oh! And we are tied!
Let's go!
Call them by Slamma Jamma.
And I don't ever let them forget where we come from.
Getting those phones out. Report me acting ignorant.
Dion Kris got his way through, and he may go! Kris is in! Houston leads out of nowhere! Seventh heaven for Houston. The Cougars advance to their seventh Final Four. Go Coogs! Let's go! It's so good! The dream remains alive for the Houston Cougars!
We're -4 turnover takeaway, and it's a very
of Let's Rage Cougs, a new men's basketball season for the second-ranked team in the entire country. The Houston Cougars, Fluff, Dayon, we're back another year, another season of Houston Cougars basketball, and it started off with a successful 75-57 victory over Lehigh and head coach Kelvin Sampson's 800 career win, 300th at the University of Houston.
Oh man, that's a big accomplishment. Of course, excited for the season to start, but to get it game one, 800th win, 300 at University of Houston is big time.
Man, it's legendary. Just stamps him from his Hall of Fame career. But like Fluff said, it's good to get that 800 win to start the season. Then you just roll on, get that behind you, and keep it going. Stack them up.
Let's get into this matchup with Lehigh. Again, Houston came out victorious 75-57, and leading scorer for the Houston Cougars was Emmanuel Sharp, who finished with 24 points, 7 of 13 shooting from the field. He had 7 rebounds to go along. Coincidentally enough, only made 1 3, and it came towards the end of the game, got to the free throw line 10 times. Chris Senak had a flurry from the get-go. He made his impact felt known from the beginning as the Houston Cougars. He finished with a 12-point, 10 rebound, double-double in his outing. Milos Uzan had a solid game, 12 points, struggled shooting from the field, 5 of 17, had 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Kingston Fleming's 8 points, 3 of 4 shooting, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, only 1 turnover in 21 minutes of action. And JoJo Tugler was the fifth starter of the game for Houston in this outing. He had 11 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. And 5 turnovers in this outing. JoJo Tugler, not the best performance, but overall a lot to build on. And ultimately, they won by 18 points in their first game of the season. What did you guys see in this matchup between Houston and Lehigh?
I mean, we got to start with the guards, especially the 2 starting returning guards of Milos and Emmanuel. Good to see both of them come out aggressive. Just kind of starting with Milos. I don't know if it was nerves or what, but he didn't seem really, really comfortable out there like I would expect him to be, and being a little bit more assertive and knowing when and where to pick his spots, when to attack in the pick and roll, just a little bit more clean on the pick and roll. But Sharp looked like Sharp. I mean, he looked like a typical Sharp. Good to see him take 10 free throws, so that's big from him. Not really just focusing on just catching and shooting, put the ball on the floor, finding other ways to get to the foul line. You can't hear us, Fluff? You can't hear us?
Fluff, log on real quick and then re-log back on. All right, let me see. Let me send a message. In the meantime, Dayon, what you think of Chris Senak and that flurry he had from the get-go? He looked really good. He made a quick impact to start the game.
Man,
I
C-Nag
can't
look
hear
like
you guys.
we can hear you though.
Okay.
We can hear you. Still can't hear, but we can hear him. Man, C-Nag, he looked like a pro. I mean, just point blank period. He looked like a pro. His space up game, his ability to catch and shoot and stretch the floor. I want to see him play more in the half court set. I mean, with his back, with his back to the basket, throwing it down to him, and allow him to be able to and be able to attack when it's back to the basket.
Let- Well, I was gonna let me take care. Okay, you're figuring it out. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Yeah, I was gonna do the full screen stuff before you added me. I was gonna take care of that. Fluff is still here. It's like Fluff froze, but
He was having audio
You
issues.
hear us, Fluff?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. What's up,
Okay,
my
good.
guys? Now we ready.
yeah, you just have to. Andy, I have to give you another tutorial about how to do the replacing offline stuff like that.
No, I got it. Hold up. Well, it doesn't matter for this one, but
Because there's a simple way to, not simple, but there's another way to do it.
I mean, back before you hopped on, we was kind of picking off where we started, and I said we could kind of just start with the first two guards, Emmanuel and Milos. It was good to see Emmanuel kind of look like his normal self, but see a different element of him and being able to produce points without just catching and shooting. He was able to get to the free throw line
He,
10 times, make 9 out of 10. So that was a different part of his game that was good to see him be able to produce points when his jumper not falling. And Milos just didn't seem he didn't seem aggressive enough for me. I was expecting a little bit more for Milos to come out and just look a little bit more cleaner in the pick and roll, being able to create just a little bit more and just be a little bit more sure of himself. I think he had a slow start. And when I was expecting him to kind of have a fast start.
Well, for me, I wouldn't say that he wasn't aggressive. I think that he was aggressive. I think he was just a little indecisive as far as being in this new role because he shot 5 for 17. So him shooting 5 for 17, I think he was aggressive, but I think he was just a little indecisive on what decisions he really wanted to make, whether it was pass or shoot. Last year, it was more of facilitating and getting everybody involved. I think this year he's just adjusting to being the guy and being the one that we count on to put the ball in the basket at a high rate. And I think as the season goes on, he needs to get that together, and I think he will.
I think also Kingston getting two early fouls shifted Milos' game. With Kingston on the floor, they probably want Kingston to have the ball a little bit more and have Los off balls a little bit more. But those two early fouls, Milos played 37 minutes. I'm pretty sure Kelvin did not want him playing that many minutes just to open up the season. But he did. I mean, 10 guys played in like the first 12 minutes.
Oh wow.
Cordell Jefferson got
Yeah.
minutes in the first half. Cordell got minutes before Mercy did. So Coach Sampson played 11 total guys. Ramon was the 11th guy, got in the second half. You saw some good things, turnovers. Andy mentioned it. JoJo had 4 of his 5 turnovers in the first half. He was in a hurry trying to do things in the post up a little bit too much, losing ball off his foot and stuff like that. The team overall had 13 turnovers, which Coach Sampson would not like at all. He joked about it during his tribute after the game that this team will get better. They have to get better. They're young. He looks forward to coaching this team, but got a few things to iron out. And I mean, that's to be expected. You got 3 freshmen who are going to play a lot, but other guys got to get to chemistry together as a team, as a unit. They still won by 18 points and did not play well. Think about that.
Yeah. I think that and I don't know if I know it's early, but like you to piggyback on what you're saying, Chris, is that I think that Kingston has a good balance of facilitating and scoring the basketball. So that'll be a good problem that Coach Sampson and the coaching staff have to figure out who's gonna initiate the offense, who's gonna be coming off of the screens, you know. I like. I might say his name wrong. Harwell or Harwell?
Harwell.
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 Harwell,
I
huh?
think I
Yep.
think he's a guy that's coming off a single, coming off a double. I think we use him in those situations, but we just have to figure out, we have to define some roles. It's early, of course, it's the first game, but I think that that's going to be big in us figuring out, how our team is going to flow.
And it's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
As Dayon touched on it, and Andy mentioned it as well. Chris Sinak came out hot, made his first 3 shots. 2 of those are threes. JoJo, Coach Sampson said last Sunday that the top 3 options will be Milos, Emmanuel, and JoJo for in terms of number of shots. But Chris Sinak has a skill set that eventually I think he'll cut into that and have more balanced offense. You may have 4 different guys take 10 shots a game. I mean, this team's balance potential is very bright. I see the question about Mercy Miller. I think Mercy looked like he wasn't 100% healthy. Cordell got minutes in front of him. Sacco Khalifa did a good job. I think he tweaked his back, so I kind of limited his minutes as well. He coming off, I think, back surgery. Coach Sampson mentioned that in August, and he looked like he fell a couple of times at the court, and he was wincing and pain a little bit. So might be why he didn't play a lot in the second half. So team is deep. I was glad to see Coach Sampson play 10 players in the first half. I was happy about that more than anything else, honestly, because the game was Coogs going to win the game. It's just how they're going to do it.
Right. Right. Well, also, and not to give them too much credit, but Lehigh, those, when I heard the comment towards the end of the game that they had 11 returning players, we have to put that on the game of it being our first game too. Anytime you have 11 guys that played on the team last year that is here back playing against young, our vet team, but young players too. That
Mm-hmm.
was a factor in the game too. Those guys were ready for the moment to play against a number 2 team in the country, which is us, the University of Houston. But at the same time, we have to understand that, experience is experience. And those little guards, man, they were they were a little tricky. They were confident. And I like how we stay calm and we withstand some of the runs that they try to make at us. We stay calm and we just kept playing.
Real quickly, I'd like to remind everybody that's joining us on this Monday night that this is Let's Rage Coogs presented by the Saxenian Family. A big thank you to Mr. Steve Saxenian for being a primary sponsor on this edition of LRC. A big thank you to our secondary sponsor tonight, In Star Pizza, with multiple locations throughout the Houston area. Star Pizza is your go-to stop before or after the game. I believe there was a contingent of Houston fans that met at one of the Houston area Star Pizza locations before. A big shout out to Mike and Jennifer Pittman, who also had a ticket giveaway. We gave away some tickets to tonight's game. And on the topic of tickets, Chris, what was the atmosphere like in this game? Because from the broadcast, it actually seemed like a very, very good atmosphere, especially considering it's a Monday night game, obviously special in terms of they had the unveiling of the Final Four banner and all the festivities that happen after. Obviously, of course, celebrating Kelvin Sampson's 800th victory in his career.
Complete 180 from the turnout Saturday in football. For a game against Lehigh, it's a great crowd, great atmosphere. And again, it's Lehigh. Okay. I critical of the support we get. Teams, too many of our fans, alums don't come see the Cougs play. They come wait for the opponent. Well, they came out today. A lot of red in the building, so it's a very good crowd. On a Monday night, Rockets were in town too, playing Dallas, so that's an in-state rivalry. So it's a great crowd. We talked about it at the media section. we were surprised how the crowd was loud and into it, and so that's a positive going forward.
Al High, appreciate.
Thank you, Al High, brother Al High.
Good evening, great people. College basketball is back, and it had a great debut. Talking about Arizona and Florida, the matchup they had. He won the
Goody.
game too.
Great game. Great game. Great way to start off men's college basketball season. Arizona with a great win for the conference. TNT coming through. I'm not sure. I'm being picky, but down Andy, Fluff, y'all tell me. TNT, I love what they're doing for the conference, but
Hmm.
they said on a promo because I watched on my phone. They mentioned Big 12 basketball starts on November 6th, and I'm like, Arizona's in the Big 12,
Hmm.
so you go
Right.
broadcast in
Right,
Arizona,
right,
Florida.
right, right, right,
so
right, 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 right.
so Big 12
Right.
basketball started tonight, November 3rd on TNT,
Yes, yes, yes.
and got the dub
Um,
over an SEC team. Just saying.
that's that's huge though. Just period though. Um, TNT being involved, like it's how you put it. I won't say it doesn't take the place of the NBA, but at the same time, we're selfish. We into our school for us to be, you know, on that network whenever we are and it being promoted like that is huge for the conference and our school.
Yeah, I agree. I think I see what you mean, Chris. I think they got to just kind of be more conscious of, it's the
Right.
Big 12 playing. Other than that, I mean,
Man, they
TNT,
miss
that's a
Charles.
bas
Man, they miss Charles, and you got to think about it, man. TNT miss Charles and Shaq, Kenny Smith,
hmm
the Jet. Man, they still hurting, man. Like, come on, they missing their guys still. They still trying to recover, man.
It's a whole new vibe and atmosphere. They got a college pregame show with Jalen Rose, and I think Chris Webber's part of it, and Bruce Pearl's part of that too. So they're trying to really not replace NBA on TNT, but be a
Right,
nice fill in for ratings. So it's up to fans to start watching the games, college basketball games on TNT.
100%.
And as Al High says, BYU's playing Villanova on TNT is game two of the doubleheader.
Yep.
Jamal Mashburn
Yep.
as well, and win by 10. I want to say this: Arizona's win over Florida was big for the conference, but damn it, TCU
Yeah, that was a bad loss to New Orleans.
losing at home to New Orleans. I
Jeez.
only lost by 4. They were down by as much as 20. Oh my goodness gracious, what happened there? But people asking the question about Mercy to transfer, and if he does, he does. Folks,
Oh,
Coach Sampson has said and will continue to say the players will have to do what's best with they think is best for themselves. If Mercy wants to stay, he'll stay. If Mercy wants to go somewhere else, he'll do that. It's the Cougs. You're a Coug player. You're a Coug player. We're gonna support the Cougs. Period.
And he's on Coogs right now. So just speaking
That's
from
it.
where he's at
Yes,
right now, I think I don't know. I don't know if we're doing him a good service.
but
Maybe this
I
year would
think
have
he's.
been a
I do think
better
he's banged
season.
up though. I think he's banged up because he
If
looked kind of.
if he's banged up, then I think he shouldn't have played because you don't want to ruin a red shirt year. So if
No, no,
he,
not that
I
serious.
think
I think it's
he's
like a
still.
muscle strain, something like that. I don't think
I'm
it's.
just thinking if he's
Yeah.
not gonna have a big role, I think it should be into his best interest to redshirt because you don't want to waste another year of getting mediocre minutes and waste a whole year. And so I mean that's something we could discuss, but I just think that's part of the coaching staff as well to to recognize that and put the best player in their best interest, whether that be for the future or current for the team
And he did play
or the
last
future of
Sunday
the team.
in the exhibition game. He's missed. I think he's missed his last 20 shots that he's taken going back to last season. So I think Duarte counted like his 21 in a row he's missed.
I
All
mean,
jumpers, you know.
I mean, and I might get some flack for this, but I'm gonna be brutally honest about it because you know, as much as I love the Cougs, I love the game of basketball. So I'll talk about both as far as for Mercy. For Mercy, if he loves the game of basketball and he's more worried about his individual career, he has to make the move. If he wants to be a part of something like D is saying, if he wants to be a part of something and he's cool with being a part of something, I think the fans need to understand that maybe he's okay with that.
Yeah.
Maybe his family from the Millers, maybe they're okay with that. They might not be on the train to be a pro or things of that nature. But I mean, the writings are on the wall. They brought in two freshmen that play the perimeter position. They already got Ooze coming back. Sharper's gonna log heavy minutes. You got CNAC where, I don't think people realize too that just because um just because you're playing on the perimeter doesn't mean that the bigs don't affect your minutes. Everybody minutes affects everyone that's on the roster. So if you think about it, we already got 8 or 9 that we know are shoo-ins to play. So it just isn't any room. It's not personal. It's no room. Kingston came, like I told you guys. You
Right.
know what
You
I'm
did.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I
You did.
told you guys. Kingston came in. He's just a special talent. He's gonna play 25. He's gonna play 25 minutes a game. So, you know, it's one of them things to where, like, I don't think Sampson is saying, or anybody in the coaching staff is saying they don't care. It's just more of a situation of it is what it is. You know what I mean? This is business, man. A lot of people don't realize, college basketball has changed as far as, yeah, emotion is involved, but it's more business than that. It's 50-50. You know what I mean? Coach got to do what he got to do for the squad, and Mercy has to do what he has to do for him.
Right. And so Fluff said it better than I could, better than I did. But as Deion said as well, as long as Mercy's a Coug, he's a Coug. If Mercy
100%.
decides to go somewhere else, good luck to him. I mean, fans, you're going to ask questions from your perspective. Speaking personally, I don't look at it like that. If young man decides to transfer, good luck to him. But as long as he's on a Coug, we're going to talk about him as a Coug. I don't care about who's going to transfer, football. I don't care about who's might be flipped in recruiting. I don't care. If you're a Coug, you're a Coug, and I'll talk about you, discuss you on Let's Rage Cougs. If you decide to go somewhere else, I respect your decision, and I wish you the best. But other than that, once you stop being a Coug, I'm not going to discuss you on Let's Rage Cougs.
That's
That
fair, Chris.
And granted, it's also barely game one, so let's see how it plays out as they get deeper into their non-conference schedule. I want to bring up Crabtree's comment. He said UH's start to this game was impressive. It started 15-2. They held Lehigh scoreless for almost 6 minutes to start the game. And he had Crabtree's comment. He says he feels that this defense of this team could be one of Kelvin Sampson's best. What say y'all? What did y'all think about that start and their defense? Because it had some positives. They also had some stretches there where they had some breakdowns, and then fouling. Fouling was a big issue for Houston in this game. They had 22 total team fouls, and when you look down the list and their final stats, a lot of players got accumulated four different fouls that were close to fouling out.
the start to the game was great. You could see, I think, potential clicking for everybody. The defense, big fella Sinek hitting 2 threes. The rotations were tight, but as game progressed, you saw Kris did not do a great job. Enough for Coach Sampson and the staff's liking. He was late on help. When the guys got beat on the perimeter, he was late rotating into the paint to be that rim protector. So, that's stuff he has to improve on. Khalifa Sacco did a poor job on a hedge that Emmanuel talked to him right after Emmanuel got the foul. Khalifa reached down like he was going to steal the ball from a guard instead of doing a better job closing out on the hedge to allow Emmanuel to catch up. And then Emmanuel had to get extra position to try to beat the ball handler. And that's not how Coogs defend the pick and roll. So that's another learning experience that Khalifa has to do. Game one, he better get better. Game two, but you can see this team has a lot of potential. And I'm going to say this, I may say it a lot this season. This team, the goal as Deion has said it for a while now, I think we all believe it. The goal is to win that last game of the season. Okay, this team may lose more games than last year's team,
Right.
but still win the chip. I'll take that. So I mean, this team will probably lose more than one game in the Big 12. So what? As long as they win that last game of the season, that's the goal.
Well, I'll say this too, Chris, is that what I did see today defensively to answer Andy's question, maybe a little more, is I seen active hands. I seen the effort was there, and maybe not the discipline on defense, but I seen the effort from the Cougs as far as trying hard as hell. Like I think they really, really were trying hard to defend the basketball. Even the one with C-Nack and the guard got by him and got the layup, it was more like, damn man, he fast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It
The
just
effort. The effort
adjusting, and
was there.
sometimes
Right.
the closeouts are even coming from high school. The closeouts are different. You know what I mean? Guys are more sharp as far as their triple threat and jabs and getting in the lane. Guys are a little more savvy, a little more quicker, a little more precise than coming from high school. So for our young guys, our closeouts are going to be a big adjustment too.
Yeah, I think this defensive team got a chance to be one of the best and probably be able to create a little bit more turnovers because of the length. We got taller, longer guards. So I think they probably get more deflections and be able to play a little bit more faster, turning defense and the offense, getting out in transition because those are deflections and stuff like that. So I mean, like both of y'all said, that the attention to detail is there. Now it's just about executing and an extra rotation and scrambling and be where you're supposed to be whenever you need the helper. Little things they'll continue to iron out. But I think defensively, this team can be one of the best because you got C-Nack and JoJo on that back line. Both could come over in weak side block shots, and I would think they both and not only of course guard their man, but help out and extend on the pick and roll how we play it and push those guards out. So I think defensively, we this got the chance to be probably one of the best with the length of guards that they have, and length in totality in their lineup.
And I think all three of us would agree with this. First thing, Fluff, you as a player and a coach, Daniel, you coach.
Yeah.
You want to get your freshmen, your newcomers. First thing first, play hard, compete. I'll teach you the rest. I'll teach
Yeah.
you the angles. I'll teach you where to do this and all that kind of. But you compete and play hard, and that's what the young people did. So that's a great start right there.
And you can tell that is they're coming. Our three freshmen are coming in with a lot of accolades, a lot of accomplishments that they've had at the high school level. Their aura is saying, like, teach me more. I want to be here. I want to be a Coug. I want to be. I
Right.
want to be. I want to be known as one of the players that got this championship. I'm here. Whatever you got for me, and I seen that with Harwell going into the game in the second half at the 14-minute mark. If you see them at the scores table, they're at the scores table like, I didn't start,
Yep.
but I'm going in. I'm ready. Whenever I'm ready. I'm ready to go. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that's what I'm excited about for the young guys is that I think that they're really want to, as much as they want to go to the NBA and they want to do those things, they also want to win a national championship too. So that's what's exciting about our youth on the team.
And Coach Sampson, 800 wins, long career. He understands. He's got these freshmen. He expects them to play a lot of minutes. They're going to have freshman moments, but during the game, when Isaiah made a turnover, you took him to the side, you talked to him, you calmed him down. He's going to have those teaching moments in games. It's just the players have to adjust to being freshmen in college and learning how to play for Coach Kelvin Sampson. It'll be
Yeah.
fine, and it's gonna be a fun season, no doubt. The defense, I like what Deion and Fluff said. This defense could be hellacious,
Like this
Yeah.
with the
hellacious.
Well,
and
and the effort to
yeah.
go to your point, Fluff, like that was. I know Emmanuel Sharp had one crazy save where it looked like the ball was gonna go out of bounds, and he somehow tracked it down and had a tip pass behind the back, and they were able to finish off the defensive takeaway, and it ignited one of their fast breaks. So they were swarming all over the court in that game, and that's what you like to see from the effort standpoint. That again, a signature from a Kelvin Sampson, a Houston Cougars team that we've been accustomed to over the course of the last few years, and it's huge with this team in particular. Barely game one of the season, and you already see, like you mentioned, a very young team, but it always seems like it seems like they've already bought into that culture of swarming all over the court.
Yeah. And one thing that, we've had in years past with Shed and we'll say Crier, um, Ooze and Sharp. Our first step, I think, is just moving on early in the beginning of the season. Is Ooze and Sharp have to take ownership of the team, not statistically, but just spiritually and like emotionally. The guys have to lean on them to, what I'm saying, even in tight situations like, yo, we're gonna be all right. Even if we're struggling, we gotta look to those guys to assure that, we got a chance to win any game that we in. And I think that they take on that role this year. Tugler too, but I think those two more than anything.
And keep in mind, last year, L.J. Cryer and Juwan Roberts are options 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Now Emmanuel Sharp and Milos are options 1 and 2. So they got to step up and be the number 1 and 2 on the scouting report. So that's different roles, different expectations for them to figure out, and as well as be the leaders. Emmanuel's now going to be the leader in the locker room. Definitely. I mean, he spoke up more last year, but this is it for him too. So everybody is probably in different roles. JoJo's going to take more shots this year. So these guys are having different roles that they have to adjust to as well, and still win and still play defense the way Kelvin Sampson wants them to, and rebound and not commit a lot of turnovers. This team is going to win a lot of games this year, folks. Let's enjoy the ride.
Yes, sir.
And I saw, I think, who was it? The comment about Florida and Arizona are better than the Cougs right now. So it's November 3rd.
Who said that? That somebody said that in the comments.
Yeah, I'll put it up in a
I
second.
mean, listen. If we know who the best team in the country is for real, after one game, we don't need to play the season. We just go to March right now. The team is better than the Cougs right now. Okay, we'll see.
The empty slot on the wall. Which slot? Because they unveiled the Final Four banner.
Okay.
So I know that one. C. Anthony. I don't know. I don't know about another spot. I don't know about that one. I'd have to ask if there's another spot that needs to be unveiled.
I doubt it. I think they would have unveiled it today.
Oh no, they unveiled the banner, 25 banner, Final Four banner. They unveiled that. Yeah, that was before the game.
If there was something else that they would unveil.
Yeah, not that I know of. I see a space over here, but it seems kind of wide to be a banner, so I don't think that's it. But let me ask y'all this. This year's team, I probably can understand it, but would y'all like to see the Cougs be involved in a matchup to open the season opener against a top 10 team?
Yeah.
In like in Vegas, or whatever, neutral site, whatever, as a tip off, rather than playing Lehigh.
Yeah, and I mean, we gotta wait a little while, but Chris, I'll see you next month, man.
What? In Jersey?
Yeah.
Nah, don't look like it, brother.
Oh,
don't look
man.
like it. Don't look like it.
Oh man.
Unless the
I
money.
see you in tech. I don't even want to talk about it this year. I'll see you this year. But I was thinking I was gonna see you earlier. See you guys, one of you guys, three of you guys, something earlier. But okay.
Yeah, the money ain't right now, brother. I hope so. Things change, but
No
not right
doubt.
now. Yep.
No doubt. No doubt.
I definitely would like to see us play when the top team is jumping out the gate. I think that, I mean, just the coaching points, regardless if it's Lehigh or somebody else, you'd be able to get those coaching points, but then you play better competition. You'll be pushed a little bit more and have to do a little bit more, I think, versus just suffocating a team like Lehigh defensively when they don't have enough firepower to be able to really compete with us and score with us. So I think so. I mean, just that learning lessons, and he'd be able to get it playing in the top team. So I definitely would have liked to see it for sure.
And
And
let me
it's
and let me
exposure
say
for the
this.
university too.
I that too. I'd rather see it more top matchups in men's basketball to open the season, opening week. Period. Because tonight, what was it? One top 10 matchup, and then
Yeah.
maybe one other mid-major matchup. That's come on. This is get eyeballs, on the game, and I do agree with this as well. Don't start the season on Monday night against Monday Night Football. Don't do that. Don't
Yeah,
do
yeah.
that.
Tomorrow would
Yeah,
have been perfect.
or Friday. Something
Yeah.
when you have the night two college basketball.
The
Know what I'm saying?
spotlight. Yeah.
Not I go against the NFL.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Especially when the Cowboys are playing on Monday night.
Because you have top 10 matchups. You'd have hell Big 12 against the SEC. It'd be great to have a Cougs Florida rematch. Not rematch, but open the season kind
Yeah.
of thing. Something like that.
D,
Cougs
are
and
you a
Duke.
Cowboys fan?
Yeah,
Damn.
me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, most definitely, most definitely,
Oh Lord Jesus.
most definitely.
A Nazareth, man.
Yeah,
Oh man.
yeah. It's a tough
They
year this
disappoint
year.
me. Listen, I won't get into it, but they disappoint me every week. You know what I mean? Week after week. You know what I mean? But that's another story.
But yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, I love Arizona potential. I love BYU's potential.
Tech's gonna be good again this year.
I think
Texas Tech.
BYU, and you guys might disagree. I think BYU is top heavy. What I mean by that, I think they have two or three great players and then mid-level players. And when you get in it, and when you get in down the stretch, you need a team. Not saying that they're not a team, but you know what I mean. Like when you get to, February, March, you need about 8 that can go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we'll
So
see. I
we'll
mean,
see. It's early,
the
but
Banter, Richie Saunders, and Robert Wright the third. That threesome is legit.
yeah, no,
Now,
no, 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 no,
no,
no.
no,
I
but I
got
agree
you.
with you with saying though. Yeah, we'll see
I'm
what
saying after that,
six. Yeah,
because I
six,
watched
seven,
them a little
eight.
bit.
Yeah,
After
six,
that,
seven,
it's
eight.
kind of like
Yeah, who can
it's a
step up and
drop.
yeah, for sure. I think same thing about Kansas. I think Kansas is top heavy. We'll
Thoughts on the
see.
wet floor situation? Too much.
Yeah, I don't know what was up with that.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of
I don't-
stoppage.
I
Thanks
was
Cavani for the super sticker.
I
Yeah.
wonder. I was thinking like, is there hockey rink under the court tonight or something? Because there was a lot of mop and
That
towel dry up tonight. That was kind of strange.
was different.
It was different for sure. Yeah, but I love the Big 12. Big 12. It probably. I mean, they may have four of the top 10 teams in the country at the end of the season.
Hmm.
For the top six, top seven. Arizona, Tech, Houston, and BYU.
Easy.
Yeah. And then in Kansas, if they bounce back, if Darren Peterson can carry the load and get some help,
See,
got to
that's
give it back.
another. I think that's another top heavy situation.
Agreed. Yeah, he needs help. Got to carry the load. Who's going to help him? But it'd be at some point in our lifetime, it'd be great to have be the first conference to send four teams to the Final Four.
Wow,
That'd be great.
that'd be crazy, right?
You know, I think somebody will
Definitely.
do it eventually. Be love for it to be the Big 12. But Coogs beating Lehigh was expected. Saw some good things. Saw a lot of things to improve on. saw Milos didn't make shots. He took a lot of shots, so that's good. I think Coach Sampson would like him to take about 15 shots a game. He took 17 tonight, but the balance is there. And I agree with Fluff. Houston is not. Houston is deep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They're probably 9 deep, and then 10 or
yeah.
11 probably, depending on who it is, it'll either be Ramon, Mercy, and Cordell. So 2 out of those 3 will play, and the other one won't
I never seen Cordell in my life.
until tonight.
Yo, listen, and this is not yo. This is not to be
That's
crazy,
fast.
yo. But I'm watching the game, and I'm watching the game. I'm like, who the hell is that? Yo, listen, Cordell, it's love, baby. We all Coogs. I love you, man. Go Coogs. H-Town. I love you. But when he got in the game, and then when he got in the game, he was like left to right, right to left. I said, oh, he really think he got it. It was cool. But I'm like, wow, like I didn't know who he was. I really didn't know who he was. It was crazy. He was on the team last year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
Hmm.
3 years. This is his
He
3rd year.
his
he
He
third
this
year.
is
redshirted
third year.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was
redshirted his freshman
another like
year. His true freshman.
4-star
yeah.
recruit coming from Dallas.
Freshman year, he redshirted
Dallas.
because he had 2 broken wrists.
Mm-hmm.
He
Yeah, he
played.
didn't.
He got in the game last year.
Yeah,
Nah,
he
not
got a few
really.
minutes.
Well, he
Maybe
did. Not really.
maybe garbage time. Garbage
Yeah,
time
Yeah.
minutes. Yeah,
Moppa
But
minutes,
here
but
and there.
he
Yeah,
played here and there.
Man, I'm getting old, man. I must be getting old, bro. Damn.
but I will say this: he was one of the ones when we were allowed to finally go into the locker room after the loss to Florida. He was one of the ones who was, Coach Sampson touched on it. He was just wailing. He was crying and bawling. He was so emotional, and he was like, "We'll be back."
But see,
He,
that's
you
what we
know,
saying about Mercy. You never know how a kid feel. Some
yeah,
kids
Mm-hmm.
want to be a part
Yeah,
of
you're right.
something special. You know what I'm saying? That kid probably has a job waiting for him. I don't know what, but he probably has something big at the University of Houston that he's like, you know what? Maybe I'm not going to the NBA. I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna be loyal and I'm gonna wait and see what on the other side for me with that. You just never know how kids think and what
You
their
never know.
plans are.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, because I'm sure he could have went to Tulane or he could have went to you know Prairie View. I mean, whatever. Like you know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like he
and I
could have went to
respect that
somewhere
decision.
Texas
Sure.
Southern across the street.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like he's probably like, nah, I'm gonna stay here and I'm gonna fight and I'm gonna be a part of something special.
And
You
he's
know what I
always
mean?
been very pro U of H even since before he stepped foot on the University of Houston. When he was in high school, he
Mm-hmm.
was always in tune with what was going on this season, and he went to a lot of games. I think he's from the Dallas area. He went the last time that Houston played SMU up there when they were still part of the American Athletic Conference.
Got
Very
you.
pro U of
See
H.
that explains a lot.
Yeah, so and I'll respect what any of these players that decide to do what's best for themselves, and as long as they get the right information and make the. I'll just sum it up like this: I always tell these young people, these athletes, look out for number one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, look out for number one because there are too many people out there who don't have your best interests at heart. You make sure you look out for number one, and whoever that is, if that means staying a Coug, great. If that means going somewhere else, that's great for you too.
I think we're ready to wrap this one up.
I think
Not too
so. I mean, it's
complicated.
18-point win over Lehigh. Get ready for Towson.
Which would be a Saturday tip,
Two
Saturday
o'clock.
afternoon tip off.
ESPN Plus. I think that's one of the few games on ESPN Plus this season.
Okay.
I think that's right. Yeah, ESPN Plus. And then the game next Wednesday also on ESPN Plus against Oakland.
Got it.
This Saturday too.
Yeah.
Real quickly, before we get our final thoughts, again, big thank you to tonight's sponsors of Let's Rage Coogs, beginning with Steve Saxenian with the Saxenian family for being the primary sponsor on this edition of LRC. And of course, we also like to say thank you to Star Pizza. Big shout out to them for giving us a couple of tickets that we gave away yesterday. Just had the post on social media. If you follow us on Twitter at Potsdam Jamma, uh, really cool. We got to send Javi on Twitter at UHPKP110. He got to enjoy the game with his wife. So big shout out to Star Pizza and Hoop and Holler, Mike and Jennifer Pittman, for setting that up with a ticket giveaway. And of course, for being a sponsor on this edition of Let's Rage Cougs. The final score from the Fertitta Center, like you said, Chris, Houston comes out on top, 75-57 with the victory. Manuel Sharp was the leading scorer, 24 points, 7 rebounds. Chris Senac in his official college debut, 12 points, 10 rebound, double-double, and Milos Uzan had 12 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists in the victory as well. That being said, any final thoughts? And toss it over. We go around the table. Any final thoughts and where people can find you?
I just want to say, man, I'm excited for this to be my first official beginning start of being with you guys on Let's Rage. I came in kind of mid-season last year. Super excited to do the whole season with you guys. You can find me, Rob McKiver, Elm City Elite, on Instagram, on TikTok, Rob Fluff McKiver, but Facebook Rob McKeever. But just super excited for the season, the ups. If it's a lot of ups, it's like Chris said, if it's some downs, just for us to get on here, stay together, talk about it, you know what I mean, give our insights. It's a beautiful thing. I think, we're gonna have a big year. I think we go one game at a time, and I think we talk about that. And of course we talk about our future and what we want to do during the season. But one game at a time, one practice at a time, and everything will be beautiful for the Coogs this year.
And I want to see that the comment about Khalifa. He did not have great hands. He doesn't. Coach Sampson has joked about that too. His role is going to be a little different on the team. Just be a physical presence. I think he'll be okay as long as his back doesn't become bothersome. I think he'll be fine in his role. Cougs still have 4 guys in double figure scoring. I think that'll be probably a staple of this year's team. Defense, I think all 4 of us agree this defense could be special. It could really be the activity, the length, the athleticism, the aggressiveness can cause havoc. And hopefully, as Dan really wants and pushes, wants to see the Cougs get some more easy buckets. I think that'll be a great opportunity to do that this year. As Andy touched on, big thanks to Star Pizza. Want to remind folks, in case you don't know, Houston Round Bar Review YouTube membership section. You become a YouTube member, you can receive a free large pizza from Star Pizza by supporting the Houston Round Bar Review YouTube membership. That is a tiered section. So you do have to pay for it, become a member, but it's like $5 for 1 month. You do that, you can get a pizza. So HoustonRoundBarReview.com, Houston Round Bar Review on YouTube. Look forward to seeing you all, Friday for football, Let's Rage Cougs. And then we'll do it Saturday for basketball, Let's Rage Cougs. Since 1994, the Houston Round Ball Review. Local name, global perspective.
I
Man,
love that part. I love that part.
yeah, me too.
Y'all don't mean
That's
to cut you
legendary.
up, D.
No, that's
I don't mean to
legendary. I
cut you
like
up, D.
that.
And I'm not gassing. This is no gas. I don't know if he got that from somebody or what. You know what I mean? But that's the way you do that at the end. If whenever you go before me, I really just want to be like, man, next show. You know what I mean? But when you go local name, global, how you say it, Chris?
Local name, global perspective.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, oh, my bad, D. I'm sorry. I didn't cut you
Hey,
off.
I love that, man. Hey, local name, global perspective. State to state, like license place, internationally known, baby. I can
That
dig it.
was
Hey, man, but hey, I'm happy to be back with my guys, man. Basketball season is here. We all expect another great year. One game, go 1-0, get better game by game. I can't wait to see how we start stacking up the wins to different ways that this team is going to win games. It's just a part of the journey. I'm excited for the journey of this team, man. I can't wait. And like Chris said, I mean, we see you guys Friday after the football game. We'll also see you back Saturday after the basketball game. Always go Cougars.